She's on other programs besides the two jackasses that are on Saturday mornings.
So there comes a time when you probably ought to stop broadcasting. I probably should have quit about 5 years before I passed.
I think we should have quit about 20 years ago.
That's okay. I've been listening since 10. I can't make anything out of it.
What am I an accountant? What do I know? We only deal in truth here.
Oh my God, what world am I living in? Scott Barter's making me laugh.
Don't you feel a little stupid? Go over there this afternoon. Throw your worm in the water. See how that works out.
Throw your worm in the water means something different in Los Angeles.
Well, it means about the same thing here in Kenosha. Wow. Things haven't changed.
That's what I'm saying. I can't make heads or tails. Which part is which?
Was a virgin sacrifice?
Not that I recall. We couldn't find one.
And not in Kenosha anyway, right?
Get through what you got to get through, Scott.
This program is a real challenge.
Happy New Year's, everybody! This is Uncle Scotty Barter, and welcome to the January 5th edition of the Kenosha Today Weekly Report. We are coming to you live with our very first show in 2019 from Studio A here at AM 1050 WLIP. We are streaming live and booming across the very balmy spring-like cornfields of the Midwest, reaching out to over 1.4 million listeners residing here in the Tri-County area. We are brought to you this morning by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and Barter's Financial Planning Services, along with a host of other very fine local businesses. With us this morning, my former, and I stress former, relationship advisor, until I get a text. Let's see how that works out. And now in charge of helping us bring a more kindler and gentler.
Kindler?
Kindler. Is that a word? Kindler? Kinder.
Like Hinder.
Who spells it that way?
Script does say kindler, though.
Kinder.
We got spelling issues here.
Yeah. Not even been up through 2 minutes now, he's a critic. A kinder and gentler Kenosha Today show. Elmo Schneider is here.
Happy New Year, everybody.
So are we going to be kinder and gentler?
I doubt it.
It's way overrated anyway. Anyway, rejoining us after taking last week off, apparently after succumbing. How did I do that word? That's a real word, isn't it? Succumbing?
Spell that for us.
Please don't spell that for us.
To the pressure of recording 50-plus weeks of it in this business. It probably gets to you, doesn't it, Spider?
It was just company for Christmas.
Oh, you're using that one again? You didn't go out and stain a fence like you did in past times?
Not
Anyway, my bowherd hero, our video coordinator, the New Year's love doctor, Spider Ronnie the camera dude, joins us here at Camp Happy Face.
Happy New Year.
And by the way, congratulations for being named the love doctor for the year in 2018. It's got to make your wife mighty proud, huh?
The lone wolf roams at night.
The lone wolf does what at night? Roams. What are you eating? Trying to have them pay attention might be...
Squirrel!
And engineering and board operating the Kenosha Trolley Ride this morning, and we're looking for great things from him in 2019.
I'm pretty sure the wheels came off this one already.
Wacky Wayne is here in the Enchanted Kingdom.
Very enchanted.
You're talking about the wheels coming off now. Wait till I introduce our special guest here.
Special.
Our retirement advisor just retired after 45 years with a company called Modine. That's okay if I use Modine, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, you have to speak in there. Mr. K-Dog joins us here in the balmy beaches of WLIP. You know, what can they do to you now?
Thank you.
You've already clocked out. You know, you got your final hugs, and but I have to. This isn't my rule, but this is a disclaimer that you have to read. This is an FCC rule, so go ahead and get closer to the microphone and read that. So we don't get
all right. Now, I did not check the editing on this, but to all you wonderful mooks at the FCC, I, the one and only K-Dog, agree to be on my best behavior while appearing on the Kenosha Today show. I furthermore agree to laugh hysterically and weep uncontrollably at everything these idiots say. Wow. After all, this is the bleep bleep show on the radio.
Crappiest show. You can say crappiest.
Crappiest. All right. Any resemblance to an actual radio program should be considered merely as accidental with love and affection. The K-Dog, not my real name. So, anyway.
That takes care of the FCC.
Thank you, Scott, for inviting me today.
Well, you might want to hold that thought. No, we're going to get to some serious issues, maybe not monetary issues, but on pre-planning your retirement. What are you going to do? And there's some big issues that have come up in this particular case. And as long as your wife's not listening to this, I think we'll be pretty good.
Agreed.
This week, the Kenosha State Secret Word Challenge, sponsored by Barter's Financial Planning Services. And everybody can clearly see there's the word and correctly spelt.
Yeah, now that it's been corrected. Been redlined.
It's not easy being me. You going to come over to Barter Manor and be me for 24 hours? The Kenosha State Brain Trust has pre-selected this morning's secret word, and the first caller to say that will win a $20 Boathouse gift card, of which I have to finance too, by the way.
Hence why you make the words so confusing and add extra letters.
That's right. Coming up after the 10:30 weather break, Kenosha's fastest growing game show sensation, the lightning round of City in Jeopardy, sponsored by the Boathouse Pub and Eatery. And then after the 11 o'clock break, this week's top 10 thought-provoking category, written on the deck at the Boathouse Pub and Eatery. The top 10 ways that Kenosha Today's show could end the government shutdown. You know, they keep meeting, and they dug their heels in, and Trump's over here, and little Chucky Schumer, and what do you call her, Nancy with all the mascara. Did you know she gets her mascara put on? Elmo and I saw this on Fox News. She gets it put on by Earl Scheib.
Oh, yeah?
Every day, $39.95, she gets a special.
Gotta do what you gotta do, I suppose.
I guess, if you're Nancy Pelosi. Also, during that half hour, we'll be playing Stump the Chumps. The last time you were here, K-Dog, we played little Stump the Chumps, and some gal tried to get you on a technicality.
Yes, sir.
Boy, you got to be a little bit smarter than that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm the musician.
You remember that question?
Absolutely.
Got to talk on the microphone. What was the question was?
No, let's forget about the question.
Okay. I was just trying to build up the act here.
Find your place.
No, I got to. If you are successful in stumping the chumps, we'll let you come in for an upcoming show. You know, the one gal last week.
Northside Nana?
No, yeah. She, right, I have it on tape. She says, I'll be glad to come in for a show. So I called her and emailed her, and apparently she had better...
She had other things to do with her day?
Well, she had maybe came to her senses, or
probably
her therapist
knocked
it out of the woods. So
recommended something
but
else.
We can see if we can scam another. We have of course, have to join us. We have a guest that we ran into at a production meeting that's going to hopefully join us in the upcoming weeks that we find very entertaining. At least I do. Of course, it doesn't take much to make me chuckle and pickle a little. Pinkle.
Let's moving on.
We're making up the words as we.
And hey, by the way, you can relive all the magic tomorrow at noon here on AM 1050 WIP and listen to the replay of this show. And finally, no more going up against a Packer game for ratings, because we are still here week in and week out. We're the Packers these days. They're home for the holidays, or they're home for the season. So probably out in some beach in Bolivia drinking cocktails out of tall glasses with umbrellas. But
a beach in Bolivia. All right.
Isn't there a beach in Bolivia?
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure that even if there was, it is not a high destination vacation spot. Nobody says, man, what are we doing? Let's go to Bolivia. Just saying.
It's the only country I know. It's very easy to spell.
Okay.
Bolivia, right? E-A-V-I-E, I before E before whatever.
I-V-I-A.
Oh, boy.
Hey, you know the big thing, the Bears on are at 3:30, and they're supposed to be on Fox. And there's this big thing with Spectrum and Fox and WGN. Apparently Spectrum wants too much money, so Fox out of Milwaukee, they're not on the air as of yesterday. And the same thing with WGN. You get some message board. Yeah. So unless you get, I think, Fox out of Chicago, you won't be able to see the Bears. Which maybe
Well, there is a solution, which we discussed.
Listen to us.
No, go to a bar.
Oh, yeah.
One of our fine sponsors, I'm sure, will have the
That's right.
game on. So.
Yeah.
What didn't I think of that?
Brilliant.
What didn't I think of that? Go to a bar.
So, yes, there are beaches in Bolivia for the history, for the geography lesson. It's just not on a major coast, so you're looking at lakes.
Lakes, rivers.
Yeah, that
like
kind of thing. Yeah.
Well, Bolivia's just a little west of Sturtevant, isn't it?
Yes, just a little west.
Waterford? There?
Right there by Waterford.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Bolivia out of your...
Bolivia, South America, whatever.
Bolivia, out of your...
Bolivia
Sturtevant.
later?
And...
Yeah. Oh, Lydia, oh, Lydia.
Oh, by the way, anybody wants to join us on a Friday afternoon production meeting, 3 p.m. at Amen Corner, where gray hairs matter. Feel free to come down. If you better bring some extra cash. This one individual that joined us yesterday, we're inviting him back.
Yeah.
And actually, we bought him.
You bought him drinks.
Yeah. Well,
he may show up more often then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anybody? We have a caller, K-Dog, already. The phone lines are lighting up. This could be for you. Good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
Good morning, and Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year.
Good morning, Shirley.
Don't you want to say hi to Happy New Year?
Good morning.
K-Dog, he's retired now.
No, I'm just tired.
Good for him.
45 years.
Wow.
Well, no, that's the best you can come up with?
Yeah.
Did you ever work, Shirley?
Yeah, I've been retired for about 4 years now.
What did you do?
She was a lunch lady, wasn't she?
Yeah, yes.
Did you wear one of those?
39 years. I loved that job. Those kids were hilarious.
All those snot little kids? What school was that at?
Lincoln. Lincoln Grade School, and then a couple of years at Brass. But I liked Lincoln. It was a lot of fun at Lincoln School.
Did you have to wear one of those goofy
hair
little
nets.
lunch lady hair nets? Those
No. In the
brown
beginning,
orthopedic
but
shoes.
just a year or so. Then after that, I could wear anything I wanted to. I wore Levi's. I wore anything.
Well, K-Dog, you got that? You could be a lunch volunteer over at one of the elementary schools.
No, thank you. I really don't like children.
Oh, they're always looking for help. I know.
You'll be a hall monitor with a newsie.
I love children. So, we had a ball. They would tell us all their stories, secrets, and everything. Oh my gosh, I could write a book.
He's actually gets along real well with children because he walks with us in the 4th of July parade in summers, and he takes a handful of Tootsie Rolls and he tries to pick off these kids and hit them in the forehead. He's pretty good from about 20 yards.
Scott, that's not true. I give them the Tootsie Rolls individually with a little life lesson.
Yeah.
Don't take candy from strangers, sonny.
I know they just love candy no matter how they get it. They love the candy.
You know, my favorite parade, Kevin was walking with us in the parade, and Elmo, this was 3 years ago, was playing his tuba in some band. What was the band?
The Hungry Fox.
Hungry Fox, okay. So he tells, we were smart, and we put our car at the end of the parade because, it's very hot and we get very thirsty. And so we put Kevin's car at the end at the school, summer school. So Elmo says, well, don't forget, give me a ride back because he's got his tuba, it's warm. Right. And he says, K-Dog, he says, you got to give me a ride back to the shoreline. So we get in the car, and it's very hot, and we're on our way to the boathouse, and all of a sudden Kevin gets a text, and Elmo says, well, where are you? Well, I can't explain exactly the wording that was used, but I can tell you that Elmo was last seen with his tuba and Tina's on highway walking back to the school.
I met somebody I knew at Tina's, and they gave me a ride the rest of the way. So that was.
But thank God our thirst was replenished, right?
Listen, I feel real badly about leaving Elmo behind. Don't leave anyone
one child
behind.
Don't leave one child behind.
Don't leave any children behind.
Yeah, he had a year of free drinks on me for that infraction. So.
Oh, good. Good for you. Yeah, I can't believe this weather. I'm telling you, it's wonderful. It's so nice and warm, and I don't care if we get any snow at all. I wouldn't bother.
Don't say that because that's
all.
probably what you're going to get. Elmo and I were talking.
We're
15th. We are 15th of January. We are past
halfway through meteorological winter. Yeah. So it's been a couple of light snows, but it's been pretty mild so far. So.
That means K-Dog here that's retired, he won't be retaining as much water anymore then, right?
Every day without snow is really good for me. We'll probably get socked in February or so.
Oh, don't say that.
Now.
Jeez, what about El Nino or Nino or whatever the guy's name is?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well.
All right, Shirley. Well, we got to move on here.
Okay, well, I just wanted to say Happy New Year.
And hey, congratulate the K-Dog on his retirement.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you.
Yeah, Happy New Year. Congratulations for whatever.
Bye-bye.
Whatever.
How sincere is that?
I'm pretty sure she said it all right there. Yeah.
She must have had your wife on speed dial.
So you brought Kevin in here to celebrate his retirement, right?
Yeah, right.
Did you let everybody else know that that's what the purpose of this was?
Well, yeah, we posted it on Facebook.
You can't very well expect people to be excited about his retirement and when they call if they didn't know about it beforehand.
Well, there might be some people that don't like him.
There is that distinct possibility.
He told his wife he's going out to Menards, or he's going out to breakfast.
To Bolivia.
Bolivia, for a little breakfast. So, do you have a little clip for him to welcome him, or do we can save that?
We'll save that.
Okay.
Oh, boy. Welcome him, yeah.
Happy retirement.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing
Mr. Cato.
A couple things in the paper this week. I want to congratulate the Person of the Year, Greg Vigansky, who was has many lifetime achievements. He was president and chairman of a whole bunch of his own businesses, and he was board member of Chamber of Commerce, Crime Stoppers, Salvation Army, St. Mary's Lutheran Church, the U.S. Draft Board. Guy's the chairman of the U.S. Draft Board, and he gets Person of the Year. Maybe I should have read this.
Don't take it personally, Scott.
I blamed it all on Nixon. I didn't blame it on him. Anyways, awards and volunteers: Chamber of Commerce, Volunteer of the Year, Remax Hall of Fame, etc. And Kiwanian Volunteer. So that's well deserved for Mr. Vigansky. And we have a.
But it's not you. You didn't win Person of the Year.
Why would I be Person of the Year?
Why wouldn't you be Person of the Year?
They're waiting. He's going to get that posthumously.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Hopefully soon.
Sorry, I guess I had that coming, right? They had the big polar bear plunge. You're supposed to have it on New Year's Day, and these guys went out, and Dan Vaccaro, who's the official polar bear plunge, I guess he's the official guy, and they determined that it was too
dangerous.
Too dangerous.
Much of an undertow.
So you don't go out. So what does the Kenosha News? They take a picture of a couple idiots jumping in anyway. And even Spider said he was down there, and our friend Jay, not his real name, was going to jump in too with Mrs. Spider. And the guy only went up to his knees. You could see the current was already taking him out.
Yeah.
So why did we have all those kiosks and all of that hullabaloo back in the summertime when 4 people drowned this year? And like Elmo says, you cannot legislate stupidity. And if a guy wants to jump, I guess you let him jump and go get wet, and we'll see you over across in Michigan sometime.
Darwin was right.
Darwin? He owes us money.
He's from Bolivia.
Does he take barter coin over in Bolivia coin? And, of course, the big thing, the Trump and against the Democrats and on this government shutdown. You know, what I don't understand is the budget is $42 trillion. And this is $5 million. Who cares? Give them
$5 billion.
$5 billion, yeah. And so give them the money. And
it's Pelosi's makeup budget. Come on.
Yeah, that's right. You know, and so many people, well, what do I care about if the parks are open, some of these other things? Here's what people ought to be concerned with is the IRS is down to, they're off. The only people, I looked it up yesterday, the only people working, they got about 12% of the workforce, and not all these forms from this new tax law are in the system. And right now, the earliest I could do a return is probably the end of January, when normally you could start maybe next week.
Sure.
And if this goes on, if Trump wants to shut this down and people don't start getting their refunds, you know, that might upset a few people.
I imagine there'd be a person or two that would be upset that they didn't get their money back. Yeah.
You know, I think.
Why are you paying it in that way anyway?
That's another philosophy. Yeah. Yes, I concur with that.
Yeah. There's always the chance they won't give it back. So
yeah, they got to pay.
They did that in California.
When Illinois did a couple years ago, when you had a refund come, they sent them an IOU. We'll get back to you.
We'll get back to you when we get the money. We got the money.
Exactly.
We don't have the money to give you your refund. So.
And so I don't know how that's going to work, but the IRS is gutted by personnel as it is. So it's almost like open season on the IRS. And if Trump says it's going to last for years, that's not good. But this is, if you ever read Trump's Art of the Deal, like Elmo says, you look at one hand up here and he's got the other hand down here. He has to save face. And his quote in the paper was, what if this doesn't work? Or what if you give in? He says, well, I'll look bad. Well, he's got a save face. And Pelosi and little Chucky over there, they got a save face. So
Chucky really doesn't matter anymore. He's now.
Oh, that's right.
You know, they've got enough of a majority in the Senate that he's really inconsequential.
But they got to come up with something. You know, here's your $5 billion. and we'll take it out of something else or shut something else down, and let's get the government back up and running. Because I don't think if push comes to shove, the American public is going to stand for the refunds.
It's horrible. I heard that the toilets are, the holding tanks are full out at Zion National Park in California. They don't have any money to empty them. So that's
true.
They just shut it down. So.
Yeah. What?
Full. See?
Full. Good morning, you're in Kenosha today.
Morning, Scotty.
Yes.
This is Jim from K-Town.
Yes, sir.
I calling in to congratulate K-Dog there on a good 45 years at the Big M.
Hey, no stories now. I know you.
No.
Hey, Jim, tell us, enlighten us, what part was good?
Well, when he ran the vehicular wind tunnel.
The vehicular wind tunnel?
Wow, yeah. He had, they put cars in there and tanks and them little cars with a rotary engine and went,
Hey, did you work with him?
Yes, I did.
Hey, now, would you confirm or deny, because we heard this, Elmo and I heard this the other day, that his nickname was Mr. 10 to 2 with a 90-minute lunch.
That's only in the last 5 years.
That's after he became president of the 20-year club.
Did you ever...
25 years ago?
So when we asked him, now, cause he's got a real... This is the serious part of this. He's got a dilemma now, is how does he fit back into civilian life after having to, probably travel. Well, this is why he's got to be with his wife 24/7. Civility life.
Well, what time does the boathouse open? I also want to congratulate Elmo for winning third place in the New Year's Eve chili cook-off at Pete's Union Park Tavern.
That's a pretty good feat.
There were 4 entrants, though. Come on, it's a high honor.
He's only given 109%.
When we were all done, the last entrance came in the door. Had to set up the crock pot, and everybody had a sample again.
So, are you retired? Or?
I am.
Okay, so what would your advice to him be? Because and then I'll tell you what we've suggested to him. But go ahead.
Well, I wouldn't go looking for another job.
What is he qualified for?
Yeah, he was a good worker there.
Well,
thank you.
Here's the dilemma now. He's going to go home, and his wife's been retired for a couple of years, and Elmo and I have been trying to school him and counsel him to this because now he's got to be with the missus 24/7. So we've been giving him suggestions like they were going to go get an office building, and apparently UPS. Elmo, you explain it. UPS.
Well, UPS has started a thing where if they deliver a package and with all the problems with the porch pirates, that if nobody's there in certain areas, they will just leave a sticker on your door and say, well, we're dropping it off at this business, and they contract with the business to hold the packages.
Yeah, that would be a good, either that or he could, Kevin, do you know anything about charter captaining?
Not at all. I hate water except for drinking and bathing.
Because I think Scotty and Elmo could hook you up with a boat, and I'm sure the boathouse could hook you up with a spot to moor it there.
Yeah, and someone would throw in the cement shoes, too, and everybody's problems would be solved.
So, Jim, do you think his career outlook as a greeter at Walmart or a volunteer as a lunch guy over at the elementary school, you don't think that's good to be for him?
No, it's funny you mention that because when I retired, we had a party up in Racine, of course, the after-work party, and then we had a family party, and one of the family members made this beautiful apron up blue. It said Walmart on the front, and it said, "Welcome to Walmart." And I had to wear it during the retirement party.
He was a little excited because all those little admin bunnies that you got running up or they have running around there gave him a hug and a smooch, and he's thinking about, hey, maybe I'll be back tomorrow. Forget retirement, it's just a rumor.
Hey, listen, I'm Costco material, okay?
Okay, guys, I got to go.
All right, Jim.
Thanks for calling in, Jim.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, we got one more call before the break. Good morning, you're on Kenosha today.
Hey, Scotty boy.
Who's this?
Tony,
okay, Tony.
It's Anthony. How are you?
Little Tony.
It's little Tony.
Forgot about it, huh?
Hey, if you're looking for where does the guy live that retired after 45 years?
In Wisconsin.
Okay.
Bolivia.
I'm in the
that
witness
means
protection
a house
program.
down here and a little fishing villa up north, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Well, here's what I was going to suggest. You know, if it's in the city of Kenosha, he could run for mayor. You know, not that the current guy isn't doing a good job, but it gets you out of the house. You get to walk the neighborhoods, and if you're like Scotty Barter, you get what 300 votes when it's all said and done.
Hey, Elmo came in third place, so he's already we were gonna run him for mayor because he's got that. But Little Anthony,
come on,
what are you disguising your name?
If you live in the city of Kenosha, alderman is 20. You need 20 signatures to get on the ballot. You run for county board supervisor, you need 100 signatures. I'm not sure what the numbers are after that, but you know, politics is a lot of fun, man. You get to walk the neighborhood, talk to your neighbors, man.
Get to call mooks like us.
Thank you. Sounds like work, though.
No. It's only work to get elected. Then once you get elected, you sit back and you call in the Scotty Barter show.
You know what? A little.
Oh wait, did I say that out loud? Wait, stop.
You know, back when they were searching for a new person to run Downtown Kenosha Inc., you know, Kevin had talked about doing that. We were going to put his name in for that, and he decided he was going to spend his entire budget on community outreach, taking the downtown merchants to certain bars downtown and treating them to cocktails. And the only other requirement he had
that sounds like an outstanding plan. Outstanding.
And they had to put a stop for the gas trolley in front of his house, so he didn't have to drive. That was So we'll see. Maybe there could be next time that vacancy comes up. You know, you never know.
So it looks like you got a spot from 10 to 12 Saturday, so that you got that blocked out.
Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like this gig, and I had to wake up early.
Yeah, him and Elmo went to breakfast at 8:30.
Yeah.
So, what do you, Little Anthony?
Okay, so we ruled out working with kids, right? Because we don't like kids, so we're not going to be a lunch lady like Shirley. Crossing guard? How about a crossing guard? You're not really working with the kids.
Hey, how about trolley driver there, Mr. City Council President? He could be a trolley driver.
Trolley driver. Oh, can you go in a circle all day long?
But you know, he's got a master's degree, right?
No.
He's got a bachelor's degree, and it'll probably take him 6 months to learn the route, the way you guys got this working out down there. So,
So Walmart greeter is out, lunch lady is out, politician is out.
Trolley driver is still a possibility.
Strip club?
Now you're talking. He said strip club.
No. The missus.
Well, Elmo and I will take over that.
Not bouncer, talent manager.
Yeah.
How about bartender at a strip club? I think you guys have some experience in bartending, right?
Hey, how about this? How about pole dancer at a strip club?
Ooh.
In the senior division.
You tried that once.
I tried that, yeah. The little 80-year-old gal could put little pennies and coins down my G-string there.
Yeah, I'd be a great bartender, but the ingredients have to be in the name of the drink. Rum and Coke. Okay, sure.
Can you do a Harvey Wallbanger?
Love those. Float a little Galliano on the top, absolutely.
Hey, Anthony, one more question.
So you have to do a brandy old-fashioned, right?
Ooh.
One more question, little Anthony, and then I got to let you go. What big things can we expect out of you and your colleagues this year for 2019?
I seriously, the mayor has talked about that downtown plan. That thing is going to be transformative, man. You are going to see something really exciting out of that. I've gotten to take a look at 3 of the proposals, and I'll tell you, there's something really big going to happen in Kenosha once this,
well, what's the big secret? Why can't you tell us?
Process.
Why can't you tell us?
Because I want to entice you, man. I want to keep it. Ooh,
Anthony, all you have to do is call up
later.
Entice me. Well,
I'll entice you.
Meet me at the boathouse. I'll wear something a little off the shoulder, a little sassy, some spiked heels, and we'll go from there.
Scott, I think we've already ascertained that you're not my type of guy. I don't think you're rich enough.
well,
I like my men like that.
So you do have standards.
Sweet and rich.
Okay. All right, Anthony. Well, as always, it's always been a pleasure talking to you. And
well, hey, I do what I can to bring some humor to this show,
What might that have been? Somebody does, yeah. All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Boy, little Anthony, we hadn't heard from him in about 6 weeks, and he goes off on his own material.
Well, nothing wrong with that.
Who's on the weather today?
Pete.
All right. Well, I don't know what we have to do the weather because we can just look out here in the WLIP weather deck.
Yes.
And open the thing. And
it is not.
Hey, don't.
We
don't give.
Come on, you got to give a little help.
Not yet. Not till 11:30.
Scott doesn't want to pay out. Come on, man.
We'll be back in 2 minutes. Happy New Year's, everybody. I will let that play a little bit.
Whatever you want to do, man. It's your show.
Well, you feel better now? All right. Happy New Year, everybody. This is Uncle Scotty Barter, and welcome to the January 5th edition of the Kenosha Today Weekly Report. We are coming to you live from Studio A here at AM 1050 WLIP, spreading the love during 2019 and beyond. We will be here on the red hot airways of WLIP probably every Saturday except for maybe around the 4th of July through the end of December 2019.
Yeah.
The public outcry is, well, I don't know.
I didn't plead with enough people get enough signatures. My mistake.
Yeah. There is a possibility the apocalypse may happen before then.
Well, anyway, we're coming to over 1.4 million people in the WLIP listening area that surrounds us here at Camp Happy Face. Again, we invite you to join the thousands of fans who have already signed up and liked us on Facebook. And we are brought to you by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and Barter's Financial Planning Services, along with a host of many other very fine local businesses. In the
thousands, Scotty? That's
thousands of people on Facebook.
1,000?
Pretty close.
I don't know. I never look at that stuff.
100, maybe.
Why are you questioning us?
Who invited you, Walker?
It's 1,000. Just leave it. In the House of Cheer this morning, as Jim pointed out, the third place winner in Pete's Union Park Tavern Chili Contest, Chef Elmo Schneider, joins us.
Good morning, everyone.
What do you think the problem was that there? Didn't you? What was the name of your chili? It was porcupine.
Oh no, it's AAA.
Okay. Aardvark.
Alligator, armadillo, and aardvark meat. So
it probably didn't resonate too well with the Kenosha voters, probably.
Yeah, I don't know, but I still got third place.
No, 3 out of.
What'd you get?
3.
3 out of 7.
What'd you win?
Did you get your money back?
A gift certificate for Pete's. So.
All right. Let's take this call here, huh?
No.
Okay. Is it unmarked or guess? And joining us, the Kenosha Today Love Doctor, gearing up for Valentine's Day, Spider. Coming up in about 5 weeks here.
Yep, I'm ready.
Hops on the Kenosha Today trolley this morning, and of course, engineering and board operating the trolley, Kenosha Today trolley this morning. Prettiest face here at Alpha Media. Wacky Wayne is all jacked up, aren't you, as we enter 2019?
Oh, I can't wait.
What if we take the show on the road to Bolivia?
Somebody's got to be here to run the show from here, so I will be right here.
We'll do a remote broadcast.
Yeah, do a remote broadcast from Bolivia.
I wonder if the paperwork is going to hurt.
Probably. The odds of you actually, finding Bolivia is the other problem.
Well, just take Highway 11, go out the start of it, and it's right there. Turn right. All right, good morning on Kenosha Today.
Good morning. It's English Ruth.
Kevin, this is for you. I have a special guest, our retirement advisor, the Honorable Mr. K-Dog, is here, and he has not met you personally, so I'll get him a little closer to the microphone. Go ahead, English Ruth.
Well, I would like to ask you what you would do for the new year for old acquaintances, people that you haven't seen for years and years. Is there someone that you would like to find that you haven't seen for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years?
I'm going to answer, and then I'll go around. There's a reason why I haven't.
Okay, then also...
Well, wait a minute. Let me answer the question. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell, but my answer is there's a reason why I didn't see him. I didn't want to see him. K-Dog, what was your reason?
Lest old acquaintances be forgotten.
There you go.
I'm on a quest to find myself.
There's a question mark. There's a question mark.
Not to be philosophical or anything.
The question mark indicates that you should consider finding an old acquaintance. I'd like to tell you who I'd like to find.
Would you ask me for who?
Patricia McMillan. I would be sitting in my office at the Hertz Corporation, William Randolph, and it would be after 2 o'clock in the morning, and my door was always open. I would stay there from 5 o'clock.
I think we're starting to lose you, Ruth. I know, but we're starting to lose you.
There was a staircase down to the loading dock. And
okay, but
okay,
People, Wisconsin.
Oh, that was the that was
By the way,
a storm.
when you're telling these little stories, here's a good idea. Have a point. It makes it so much more interesting for the listener.
But Kevin, your philosophy with that speech that you gave, finding yourself, that was moving.
Oh yeah,
that was moving.
Oh yeah. Very
coming up after the 11:30 break.
Movement.
A movement.
You know, you talked about old acquaintances. What about Julie O'Connor?
Yeah. Where's?
Now, Scott, you told me there'd be no names named. The former K-Dog has now been outed.
I know. I forgot to tell Elmo, though. Sorry.
You know, she's responsible for preventing you from entering the priesthood.
That's right. You were in 8th grade. You know, this is a true story. Modine could have been altogether different without his 45 years of service had K-Dog been allowed to proceed to follow his dream to being a priest.
Yes. I was interested in the ministry, if you will, and I'll tell you what, selling unit heaters in Phoenix has been a whole lot easier than selling entrance into the afterworld. But no offense for anybody.
8th grade St. Mark's dance, and Julie O'Connor turned it around.
A local boy,
she got really close to you and converted you to
the CYO dance.
The CYO dance, yeah. Let's see. No one in the first half hour has won. I wonder if she's still down here listening to this. If Julie O'Connor, if you're out there, give us a call, 262-694-1050.
No, that wouldn't go well, because
what could happen? This was only one dance. You kiss her?
I think she said something along the line.
Easy.
In writing of, don't stalk me.
You were in 8th grade. There was a pattern of behavior going on there. Anyway.
If you cross sales and talk, which is what I've done for a living for the last 15 years, you get the word stalk. So.
Okay. Also, no one in the first half hour has won this morning's Secret Word Challenge, sponsored by Barter's Financial Planning Services. We will give a hint in another hour. Otherwise, it wouldn't be the secret word.
Sorry.
Team.
So there's a call. It looks like it might be from Julie O'Connor.
Oh, boy.
Uh-oh.
Good morning, Julie. How you doing?
Thanks, Wayne.
No problem.
He pranked me. Punked me.
I got to have fun with this, too, you know.
Also, this show is being recorded.
For litigation.
For what reason, I don't know. For training purposes. Can relive the Kenosha magic, yeah.
Who are we training? Do you have a replacement in mind for me?
Or me?
Right? Or Elmo? Yeah. That's what Kevin's really doing here. He's looking for a side project.
You know,
he's retired.
Some of these other...
Oh, yeah, I've got a future in radio.
Some of these other announcers actually do their own board operating at the same time.
I know. It'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
Oh, can you imagine?
I wouldn't have to be here? Oh, come on, Scotty. You could handle
I can't even spell the secret word right.
Well, there's that.
Over there. Anyway, special thanks to Elmo. You can find the Kenosha Today Show. We 365 days, 24/7 up on YouTube. We're current, huh? Pretty close.
Well, we still need last week.
It aired.
Oh.
It aired, but it's not on YouTube.
Oh, Ronnie, you'll have to put that on a Excel or something. Whatever.
Oh, you'll have to put it on Elmo's stick. Mm-hmm.
See, if you didn't have to come here Saturday, truth be told, there, Wacky Wayne,
what would I do?
You would miss. You'd miss coming here.
Oh yeah.
You miss coming here, Kevin, already? he's got one foot out the door already.
Enough with the coming, okay?
Of course, after the 11 o'clock break, this week's top 10 thought-provoking category was the top 10 ways the Kenosha Today Show could end the government shutdown. And now, remember this is a good segment. Boys and girls, it's time to play Kenosha's fastest-growing game show sensation, the lightning round of City and Jeopardy, sponsored by the Boathouse Pub and Eatery. And to be eligible, no one from your household could have won any contest on WLIP within the last 60 days. See, we clear the phone lines. That's what we know as phone. That's clear. See, this is an honest contest.
Look kind of like the end of the world or something.
Pretty much it is.
When it's
we're in DEFCON 4 over here.
When it's dark, then that's the end of the world. We'll now clear the phone lines. I'm going to read the question, which is a very sophisticated, intelligent, multiple-choice question. You will then get 3 somewhat intellectual answers to choose from. And after that, you will hear the ding. Get on. Hear the ding. Attaboy.
There's something for him. He can become a
dinger.
A bellboy.
A bellboy. A dinger. And the first caller to correctly answer the question wins a Kenosha Today $25 gift certificate to the Boathouse Pub and Eatery, located at 4917 7th Avenue here in Kenosha. Open Monday through Friday at 11 a.m., featuring weekly lunch and dinner specials. And enjoy a beautiful waterfront view. You know, the view is normally, the pond's normally frozen by this time, but it's like it is in March.
Yeah.
And you can stop in for their, I guess I'm not doing breakfast anymore.
They're not?
No. I got to come, no.
Why not?
Well, I don't know. My part of management?
How am I supposed to know you're there every day? I would think so by now.
Anyway, if you're planning a party or a banquet, call Joyce, 262-654-9922, or you can find them on the web at boathouse-kenosha.com. All right, here's the very sophisticated question. What is the number 1 qualification you have to have as a guest, to appear as a guest, I should say, on the Kenosha Today show? Number 1 qualification to appear as a guest. A, admit you.
Come on, Kevin.
Hey, hit it like you mean it, man. Okay. He's got that little style.
Dainty fingers.
A, admit that your therapy sessions have failed miserably. B, bought 5 rounds of drinks at the Kenosha Today production meeting. Or B.
Or B.
Or C.
Hey, I'm not a good dancer either. It's all about the timing.
Be an underachiever and have absolutely no self-esteem. 262-694-1050. The first caller. You can put that down. You're done with that, I think. What is the number 1 qualification to appear as a guest on the Kenosha Today show? A, admit that your therapy sessions have failed miserably. B, bought 5 rounds of drinks at a Kenosha Today production meeting. Or C, be an underachiever and have absolutely no self-esteem.
C.
No self-esteem.
Well, we got to have somebody call in here.
We don't have to.
No.
Well, I'm not giving away money unless somebody calls in here. That's part of the sticker.
Well, that's okay. We could just move on.
Okay, we'll move on.
Moving on.
But see, that's a.
See, you threatened to move on.
I think they lengthened the delay. As maybe that's.
K-Dog's in here, so the delay's now about 30, 40 seconds.
Right.
Good morning on Kenosha Today. Can it work?
Yes, sir. New job.
Well, we've been talking to K-Dog at 262-694-1050. When we get back, we're trying to look for suggestions on how to occupy his retirement years. And he just can't sit around and watch the grass grow.
Want to clean a swimming pool this summer?
Some of the
Cabana Boy, is that okay?
Yeah.
Some of the
Speedo's welcome.
If he don't take it, I will.
Will there be guests present during the cleaning?
I don't know.
Some of the suggestions we've had was being a greeter at Walmart. Nothing wrong with Walmart. No, and they just upped the minimum wage. I think you're going to get $12, $13 an hour. And, of course, you could go on and be a lunch person and assist the snot-nosed little kids that, you gave out candy. You can put that on your resume. You've got 3 years of solid candy handy experience.
Yeah, it gave candy out of a white van.
What I liked is he would go and give the kid one Tootsie Roll and say, break it in half and share it with your sisters. So
And by the way, Mom, here's my phone number, and call me back later. No, we're kidding about that part. Jay did that. And, of course, what was the other one? Oh, trolley driver, but I don't know. You're probably overqualified for that because you could learn that route. And when it takes an average guy 6 months, you could learn that route, what, three months easy.
Oh, yeah, Carthage Education will get you that.
Yeah. So you got a lot of things going for you, but when we get back, we're going to talk more about big plans for him. And was it a little emotional that when you left 45 years, I mean?
Oh, yeah, nothing but joy. Smiles on both sides of the aisle. They gave me the customary shove to the curb, and because there has to be closure. So
I got something to read. I'll save that for when we get back. But if you guys notice, I got my new American USA shirt that
made in China.
Yeah,
did you lose a bet?
I ordered this off the internet. And
it's filled with listening devices, and it's made out of spent uranium.
Was $100 for $49.99. Ordered it on December 14th, and it took them 3 weeks to get into the USPS tracking system. And this came from probably Chichachang province, which is
the Cheech and Chong province.
Chong province.
Is that in Bolivia?
Susang Road.
Far out, man.
And by the time it got to got to Chicago and then Oak Creek, I got it within 2 days. But I was thinking somebody tried to scam old Scotty Boy, but not so. It looks I'm very patriotic.
Yes, excessively so.
Looking good.
How much time we got there?
40 seconds.
40 seconds. So,
I know, right? You didn't do so well ending the show here.
Here's 40 seconds I'm going to do today. Today is my father's birthday, so I'd like to say happy birthday to my dad. He's 87 years old today. So
wow.
Is he actually listening?
Probably not.
Okay. All right.
Does he remember your name?
That's how you get to be 87.
That's right.
That's... Merry New Year, everybody. If you just joined us, this is Uncle Scotty Barter, and welcome to the January 5th Pick-to-Click edition of the Kenosha Today Weekly Report. We are live and local, which is always very impressive.
Very important.
And impressive. And if you just parachuted into our Kenosha Today den of iniquity, we are broadcasting live from Studio A here at AM 1050 WLAP on your radio dial, which is 262-694-1050. Being brought to you by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and Barter's Financial Planning Services, along with a host of other very fine local businesses. Taking serious journalism. We're not like some of these other places, Yahoos, to an all-time high, spanning the globe, reporting on national stories, state stories, local issues, spanning the globe, even going over the way to Bolivia.
To Bolivia.
Yeah, Bolivia today and forever.
For all my friends.
For all my friends. Joining us this morning, the third place winner in Union Park Tavern's Chili Contest, an underachiever in his own right, Chef Elmo Schneider is here. Elmo.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Following a rich Kenosha Today tradition, coming in last, as Anthony Kennedy pointed out, I think you have mayoral future candidacy coming up. Maybe you ought to run for mayor, K-Dog. Looking for something to do. Oh, I got something to do. Well, let me introduce this other, the Love Doctor. For the year 2018, every young, snot-nosed little kid's role model.
19.
No, you were the Love Doctor for 18. You're going to have to repeat? How difficult is it to repeat being Love Doctor 2 years in a row?
It's going to be.
Very tiring.
Yeah, it is.
And performing as both our engineer and board operator, a role model in his own right, our own Kenosha Today diaper dandy, Wacky Wayne, embraces us with his presence this morning. As always, my question to you every Saturday, any reason the Lord should be weeping?
We bend over and say thank you.
Thank you, Sarah.
I guess that says
it all.
Yep.
We have a call there.
Oh, yes.
Good morning, you're on Kenosha Today.
Hey, good morning, Scott. Happy New Year.
Hey, Dennis.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Oh, yeah, Happy New Year, yeah. Okay.
Happy New Year, Dennis.
Hey, did you know that Bolivia has some very good, talented singers? In fact, that's who it's named after.
Bolivia Newton-John?
Exactly.
Wow. 4 moans and a flush.
That's what I call starting out the new year right.
Hey, you're kind of retired, aren't you?
Oh, I've been retired since 2007.
Okay, help the K-Dog out here, because he's retired plus 3 days here, and he's looking for some suggestions on how to
occupy
his time. Yeah.
Kevin, it's good to talk to you. I think I already made a suggestion to you that you've got a bachelor's degree. I believe you would make a great substitute teacher like I do.
I think my wife would consider that I'd make a great bachelor. No, I don't like children.
That's Kevin from beyond the 3-point arc right there, folks.
Well, I heard your wife got you in trouble the other day.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Which time?
She told you that you were looking a little bit, scrawny there, and she told you to drop your pants at the cleaners, and you did.
Bada bing.
See, here's what retirement's your problem, Dennis. You got too much time on your hands.
No, not really. I've in fact today we're running a free throw contest for the kids at Knights of Columbus over here in Waterford.
Nice.
All right, nice.
Very good.
Hey, after you retired, how long did it take to finally learn your wife's name? Because he's writing this down because he doesn't want to go by and keep calling his wife, what's her name, like you did for a while.
Well, to tell you the truth, things got real suspicious. I had to hire a detective. His name was Elmer.
Elmer?
And he told me that something very, very screwy is going on here. Because I was always running out of vodka and chips, and I didn't know what the heck was going on.
Yeah, that'll do it. K-Dog, you need more vodka and chips. And by the way, thanks for the key to the... Tell Susan thanks for the key to the back door. I'll be...
Yeah, but make sure you don't set off the alarm when you sneak out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now Dennis from the three-point arc.
Nice, touche.
Now, you set a bad example for guys like K-Dog here because, and here's how you do this. Every time your wife snaps her fingers, you got to take her to a mall out in Johnstown or Jonestown or Bolivia, wherever else you
Johnson
go out
Creek.
there. Johnson Creek, yeah. Yeah. So you don't want him to be doing and following in your footsteps because he's just not a mall kind of guy.
No, well, while she's shopping, I'm exploring in the area.
What are you exploring?
Victoria's Secrets.
Just trying to help, Kevin.
I mean, if I go to a newer area, like we just went up to Stevens Point about 2 months ago because a friend of hers was terminal, and we wanted to see the guy, before he passed away. And while she was visiting with him, I kind of just checked Stevens Point out.
And?
Did Stephen consent to this?
Well, I think our the K-Dog's a little more like Columbus. He's a little more exploratory.
So he's not just going to check out Stevens Point?
No, he's going to check out the whole
Bolivia.
point, nothing but the point.
Bolivia.
Check out all of Stephen. Got it.
Well, you know what? Maybe, another one of your callers, a local political guy, I don't know if you heard, it was on the news, Peter Barker, I guess he just got nominated to a cabinet position by the governor.
Yeah, well, good for him. What does that have to do with our boy, the K-Dog here?
Well, he'll need an assistant, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's a Democrat. I don't think
Department of Revenue.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what Peter's
Well,
doing.
K-Dog can help keep him honest.
Oh boy, there's like the fox looking at the hen house, right?
Well, if I can help Mr. Barca dip into the river of money, I would be very happy to do that.
Well, K-Dog's expertise is in the area of style and clothing, right?
Yeah, do tell. I got a lot of Harley shirts.
He wore his best radio socks in here today.
Well, he could be his advisor for speeches and what he wears when he goes out for public engagements.
What's Plan B? I mean,
he could set a rock band.
Oh, he's got a new guitar.
Now we're talking.
Maybe I shouldn't mention that publicly that you got a new guitar. No. You paid $10,000 for it.
The missus knows it.
Oh. she went along with paying $10,000.
Not quite that much.
Why don't you start a rock band? I know that you are a really big fan of
Billy Goat and the Four
punk
Milkers
and grunge. I know you like that.
Yeah, Nirvana. I'm a big Nirvana fan, but I'm already committed. I'm working with Scotty on the Billy Goat and the Four Milkers.
You're committed with Scotty?
Well, if you weren't committed by working with Scotty, you should be.
Well,
that is true.
We're just trying to help the guy out here, and he's in a dilemma because come Monday morning, when he has the first full week, he's really kind of like lost in the woods out there. And then, should I get out of here and go over to Pizza at 8 in the morning and say I'm going to work or job application or going over to help the snot-nosed little kids out over at the elementary school or going over
maybe he and the captain could share the same Uber car.
So there's a thought. That's a real thought.
That wouldn't be pretty.
All right, Dennis, I got to run.
All right, Happy New Year, everybody.
Thanks for calling.
Yeah. See, he was just trying to be helpful. Good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
Oh, good morning, Uncle Scotty.
Hey, Captain.
I figured I'd call because I said I'd call. I was thinking about Dennis with if he knew how Olivia Newton-John really got her name.
I suppose you're going to tell us, right?
Yeah, she was named after either a vegetable or a fruit. I can't remember, but it was Olivia Newton-Mulligan, and Mulligan is eggplant in Italian, so that was...
oh, it's Olivia Fig Newton. Come on.
I got somebody. Yeah, it was a figment of your Newton. It's actually a fruit. My friend just looked it up. So figured you guys might be more knowledgeable. Anyways, look, hey, I don't know nothing. But
okay, well,
hey, K-Dog, I'll see you later. Happy retirement, and
thank
it's
you,
a wonderful thing.
Hey, wait a minute. Don't leave.
What?
We always rely on you to bring a message of hope and inspiration. And since you've been retired,
yes.
Give K-Dog one thing that he could possibly do to occupy his time.
Stock up on booze, the price might go up. And if you combine that with beans, it's very good. It's got protein, it's got fiber, and it'll keep you alive, and the price might go up on that, too.
The wisdom of Captain Alcohol.
It's a hedge against inflation and disease.
Wait a minute, one at a time.
All the beans in everybody's going to stay clear of your house. Now that they know, that's it. Don't worry about the explosions and stuff,
So do you know this by personal experience? Have you tried this method?
Nobody's been to my house in years. Works like a charm.
Okay.
Thank you,
okay,
Captain.
you guys. You take it easy.
We'll see you at the conference.
Oh, at church, sir. Okay, bye-bye.
Boy, see.
The wisdom of Captain.
I
know nothing. Nothing.
Hey, we got to do the top 10 here.
Yep.
Oh, first of all, nobody's mentioned the secret word. So if you happen to mention it, we'll send you a Boathouse $20 gift card. And Captain Mike called in with this message of hope and inspiration. He hasn't brought too much to the table lately. We got to give him, maybe it's my fault for not homeschooling him. Ready? Good morning on Kenosha today. Hello? Hello? Good morning.
Maybe.
Hello?
Maybe not.
Going.
Once? Twice?
3 times the lady.
Oh, well.
That's still lit.
Frank caller.
Not anymore.
There's another one.
Yeah, that's just Wayne.
Oh. Well.
Look at that. Clear the building. He's typing. Clear the building.
Feel better?
That's the general manager, Kevin. Now we're in trouble. Are we? Do we have a legitimate one there?
No, we have nothing.
Oh, we have nothing. Well, thank you.
Just helping you out, Scott.
All right. Written in our home office. You ready for this? Or should we take this first?
I don't care.
Well, let's take the
your
call.
show.
Let's take the call. I'd rather do that. Good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
This is Ganga from Libertyville.
Ganga, my man. How are you? We haven't heard from you. All right.
I was ill for a while.
Can you tell us what the problem was, or
it's probably better if you don't.
No, I cannot.
Okay. Well, you're feeling good now, right?
I'm feeling okay. However, Mr. K-Dog, is he still looking for a job?
Yeah.
Yes, I do have an opening in my shop for donut liquor, donut filler, and donut frosting participant.
He's a Triple Crown winner.
Oh yes. How big are Mr. K-Dog's hands and fingers?
Oh,
very meaty.
Meaty?
Longshoreman hands, I call them.
That would be good for poking the donut and stealing it. How big are his feet?
He's a big boy. He's a size 12.
Yeah. Oh, and you know what that means? Size. That's an indicator of another...
big shoes.
He's on a roll now.
another component.
Big feet and big shoes. Good point there.
Yeah.
No wonder you're on the radio.
So I think, with 45 years of business experience, he could probably be management material, don't you think?
Oh, no doubt. Supervisor material, yes. He can watch my other slaves fill the donut.
So are you the owner of this deal?
I certainly am.
Can you share the name? It says Gunga's something?
Gunga Enterprises International.
Hey, kind of off the beaten path. You've been to Bolivia, haven't you?
That I couldn't tell you. I may have wandered about and stumbled into Bolivia at occasional drunken stupor. You know how that is. Sometimes you end up in Racine, I'm sure.
Oh, Scotty definitely knows.
Hey, Let's see. I have another question now. I lost my train of thought here.
It's in Bolivia.
It's in Bolivia. No, it had to be.
Short train.
No, it had to be. Oh, since you were married 9 times, and he's been married.
I am married 9 times.
Oh, to the same woman? I mean, to 9 different women?
I'm on number 9. Don't make it any worse than impossible.
So in his case, maybe a couple wouldn't be a problem, as you see it, right?
A couple of women?
Yeah.
Are you asking me to swing with you?
No,
there's good odds on that. Scotty's already got a thing for Anthony Kennedy. Why not Gunga from Libertyville?
Yes. Well, I might be interested in that. I'd like a few reviews in before I say yes.
Hey, you don't have a spare camel that you could let him use because he's got to have a way to get out of the house, and every time he starts his car, the missus.
Now you're referring to Mr. K Dog?
Yes. So he's going to have to blend him.
Bow-legged. We know he has big feet and big fingers. Is he bow-legged?
He will be if he rides a camel.
Yes, you ride a double humper or a single humper?
Oh, he's a double humper.
Oh yeah,
double humper.
Oh, I can imagine.
Okay. Well,
15 seconds of ecstasy and then fall over sleeping while your pizza burns in the stove.
No.
There's odds on that.
Keep the fire department employed, anyways, right?
He rides a waste of a nice frozen pizza after your lovemaking.
What's that?
The Kenosha. We posted a picture of him on his Harley, and it's not advisable to wear shorts when you're on a motorcycle. Can you wear shorts if he rides Clyde your camel?
If you don't show any ankle.
Gets a little frisky, doesn't he?
Never show any ankle. I was wondering, his Harley, does he have one of those sissy sportsters?
Sissy
or does he have like a hardtail, a man's ride?
Well, no, I got a V-Rod.
Oh, okay.
Gung, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yes, I am too. That way I can waste more of my time out of the hospital bed in talking to you.
Yeah, thank you. I certainly appreciate it. All right, Gunga, thanks.
Have a wonderful day, gentlemen.
All right.
Yeah,
see you, Gunga.
Well, I haven't heard him. I heard he was medically incapacitated, but I'm glad he's back on the mend.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that, K-Dog. No calls, so maybe we'll get to this top 10.
Whenever you're ready.
Finally.
Written in our home office at Amen Corner on the deck of the Boathouse Pub and Eatery. This week's top 10 category. The top 10 ways the Kenosha Today Show could end the government shutdown. Number 10. Trade Chucky Schumer, and Nancy Pelosi to the Russians for a laptop computer and a trolley driver to be named later. Number 9. Threaten to build a wall around the Lincoln Park Lagoon. Number 8. Furlough President Trump's hairstylist and replace him with a TSA agent named Walt. Number 7. Bring Jimmy Hoffa out of retirement to run Homeland Security. Number 6. Have the Kenosha News do more in-depth articles about the closing of strip clubs in 1988. Number 5. Let the Democrats take full control of the golf course in Mar-a-Lago. Number 4. Organize an ad hoc committee to replace the Statue of Liberty with a life-size blow-up of Stormy Daniels. Number 3. Blame Mexico over the high price of hookers walking on Sheridan Road. And number 2. Completely close the southern border in summers, and the number one way to the Kenosha Today Show could end the government's shutdown. Offer to pay the government employees with barter coin.
Boom! Ding, ding, ding.
Gee, boys and girls, the clock on the wall says here it's about 24 after 11. That means it's time to strut their stuff, and if anybody wants to call in and stump the chumps, you have to have a trivia question to ask us, and or a song title, 262-694-1050. And what do we give away something for this?
Yeah, they come and sit here.
They get to come hang out with us.
You get to
Oh, my. It's been so long since somebody's won.
That's a surprise.
262-694-1050. Yeah, well, if somebody wants to play trivia, they can call us. That's right. Way to build up the act. No, see? Nobody
Yeah, I
wants
know.
it. You know, I was reading this article in USA Today, and I find this article that said you can tell a lot about a person's honesty and integrity by how they file their income taxes. So, in the interest of honesty, I took the liberty to look up a few things concerning K-Dog's retirement plans. And you don't mind if I share this with anybody?
Oh, not at all.
Good. I was going to do it anyway.
It's all in an Excel spreadsheet.
Yeah. We could tell that
Don't worry,
story.
he didn't sign off on it, though.
First, other than his W-2 income from his former employer, he listed under other income, he listed $75, which apparently this was from the return of empty Miller Lite bottles. That's true?
That's a little low.
Second, under business income was the amount of $2,000, and it seems this was from the sale of other players' equipment from the Modine Golf League.
Not guilty.
Honesty. And under charitable contributions, zilch, nada, nothing, because as his wife told me,
what about the yellow golf vest with the holes in it?
At his age, he couldn't even give it away. Yeah, we got to take this call.
All right.
Good morning on Kenosha Today.
Good morning, it's Ruth. You people are a blessing for the Green Bay Packers.
We're not.
I have a stump the chump.
Okay, but we're not in the blessing.
I know that. We all do. We all know that. You can fool some of the people some of the time. You can't fool all of the people all of the time. So stump the chumps.
Go ahead.
Abbreviation, NANA. What does it stand for?
It's bread from heaven. Manna from heaven.
NANA.
It's bread.
NANA. N-A-N-A.
Oh, Nana.
Nana.
Oh, Nana's. It's grandma. Nana, Northside Nana.
No, it doesn't stand for Northside Nana, but I wouldn't put past anything over her. I'm not even going to give you a clue.
We don't need a clue. We've already stumped you. Our answer was the correct one. And Nana is abbreviation for a grandma.
It stands for Patricia McMillan, a Russian spy for then Senator John F. Kennedy. It stands for North American Newspaper Alliance.
Yeah. Well, technically, you might be right. But technically, this is my show, and you lose. Goodbye. Sorry. You want to feel better about yourself, Wayne?
Why? I feel fine.
Okay.
It's the crappiest show on radio, the crappiest show I know. It's the crappiest show on radio, the crappiest show I know. There's no other word to describe the show, so that's what I'm telling you so. It's the crappiest show on radio, the crappiest show I know.
We have a special guest, and you had to play that.
Can you play it again?
Play it again, Sam. Yeah.
It took him 90 minutes, and he was just starting to get involved there, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I want to give a big shout-out to KRS Painting Corporation.
Good morning.
Good morning. Who's this?
This is Tara.
Tara?
Yes.
Okay.
Carol.
Oh.
C-A-R-O-L?
Carol. Carol. Okay, I'm sorry. My ears are a little plugged up. Oh. Okay, Carol, go ahead.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me either, like Irish Ruth would say. I have a question for you. I don't want to play the game, and I don't really listen to your show.
You probably got the smartest gal in all of Kenosha.
Good plan.
What's that?
You're probably the smartest gal in all of Kenosha by not listening to this show. You, Carol.
Me?
Yeah.
I like to think I'm very smart, but you know what?
Okay.
Why do you hurt people's feelings?
Who are you referring to?
Irish Ruth.
She loves it.
She loves it.
I don't know her.
Well,
I don't know her, but you cut her off, and I thought that was very rude.
Well, I'm on my best behavior, but the fact of the matter is, we have a one call limit. And she calls 3 times, and I'm beyond the FCC limitation. So I don't mean to cut her off, but she knows this, and you know.
Right, but what about that Shirley that calls into almost every program?
We give her one
Shirley,
time. We're very nice to her.
The radio killer.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, talk about being rude.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm really a nice person.
I know. We're all nice people.
I'm good-hearted.
So
really.
are we. Yeah.
But when I heard this, and I turned it on, I was making my bed, and she got cut off, and very rudely. And like I said, I don't know Ruth, but I've met her once. She's very, very nice, warm-hearted, very intelligent. I just hate to see people hurt.
Well, I don't.
You could have said, "Go ahead."
Well, we don't cut her off. We play this music. Don't go away. Play this music because we're on a time limitations. And the other fact of the matter is, sometimes because she's calling in from Illinois, we get these atmospheric conditions, and it cuts off the thing. So that's really not my fault. But yeah, see, that's what happens. That kicks in automatically. All right, kill a bear. So we don't try to be rude to anybody, but we have certain things guidelines that we have to adhere to.
But see, your voice comes off as that.
Well, I guess
are you warm-hearted
That's
person?
me. Ask the boys here. Am I warm-hearted?
He's very warm-hearted.
Yeah.
So.
Ask Kevin.
That other guy is, I think, in the background.
Yeah, they're all warm. We're all warm-hearted.
But you, I don't know, and I don't know you.
Okay.
I just know your voice.
Uh-huh.
I've heard it a couple times, and I've called a couple years ago when you made fun of Barry Manilow. And he said, I've got a brother that's gay in Florida.
Scott.
Well, you know what?
Do you remember that?
First of all,
I do
yes,
remember
we do.
that. Yeah.
First of all, we're not all warm and fuzzy here. And if you're looking for warm and fuzzy, this ain't the place to call. No. I mean, we look at things a little bit different, and we don't make no bones about it. So we love all snot-nosed little kids, and if you're beyond the call limit, then unfortunately we have to cut them off. And we don't mean to be rude, but if I'm a warmest-hearted guy.
Right. No, I understand you have a different kind of program. I just thought that was rather abrupt and rude. That's all I want to say.
Well,
but
I will
you
work.
guys have a.
I'm going to work, in all seriousness, I thank you for your call, and I'm going to work on personal improvement in 2019 to be a
improvement
kinder
program.
and gentler Uncle Scotty. That's me.
All right.
All right,
Well,
Carol.
wear your fuzzy slippers. Thank you.
Thanks, Carol.
Bye-bye.
I do remember the Barry Manilow.
So do I, yeah.
That was well, see, I don't know. I guess we got another call. God, somebody took me to task.
We gave away tickets for that, remember?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
We gave them away.
Yeah.
It was down
We
in
couldn't give
Chicago.
them away.
We couldn't give them away. That was the problem.
Mm-hmm. No, my buddy Dennis got him.
Oh, that's right.
Then he got sick and they had to cancel the concert.
Yeah.
No, they got rescheduled.
Yeah, that's right. We gave them away. Good morning. You're in Kenosha today.
Hello, how are you, sir?
Who's
Sir.
this? Who's this?
This is Boomer.
Okay, Boomer. Be careful. Go ahead.
Well, I know. I listen to your show quite frequently. It's a great show, by the way, and I love the callers coming in there. You rude, you this, you that. Well, who cares? I laughed my butt off. Come on now, really?
You're my kind of guy, Boomer. You're my kind of guy, Boomer.
Come on. You got to have the sweet and the sour, right?
Well, we're mostly sour, I guess.
Anyways, I want to call you. The main reason I called is because I want to show you a little trick I did. One time I came home from my late night, not the usual 1 o'clock in the morning, but I came home at 4 in the morning. I had breakfast.
That's our kind of guy.
A little breakfast after, sun's coming up.
Sure.
But my wife was going to kill me. So what I did is I came home and I set the alarm clock 3 hours back to 1 o'clock, right? And I got in bed. And I ruffled the bed real hard so she would get up, groggily look at the alarm clock, nod her head, and go back to sleep. And I'd have to wait 2 hours. No, not 2 hours. I have to wait 15 minutes before she'd fall back asleep and turn the alarm clock back.
Hey, Boomer.
And it worked.
Boomer.
I'm taking notes.
Yeah, K-Dog's writing this all down. You're right on. You piqued his interest now. That's brilliant. And how many
that's the key to marriage.
How many times? How long you been married? Not counting today.
21 years.
Wow.
21.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Are you retired?
20 is that. I'm not retired. No, not at all.
Well, did your wife catch on to this little scam that you had going?
I told her like 10 years later. It was okay. Less damage.
Less damage control.
But I just wanted to call and let you guys know that's the key to marriage too. Is you do something, nice and smart, and then you tell her 10 years later, the damage isn't so bad.
I hear something ticking.
What is
Be
that?
careful. Your wife might have something for you.
She's going, hey, tie my ass to this, buddy.
Well, they call him Boomer.
I call you Boomer.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I know she's not listening to the show because I'd be dead already, but I know that it worked. Believe me, it worked. So, anyway, gentlemen, have a good day. Love your show.
Okay, Boomer.
But keep it up.
All right,
Really.
thanks.
Very good.
Enjoy.
Thanks, Boomer.
Yeah, see, we got chastised, and you know that I do remember that. How did we get the Barry Manilow tickets? He had a concert. He thought it was in Chicago.
It's a hot ticket.
No, we had 2 tickets, and we gave them away.
Somehow we got 2 tickets to give.
And we gave them to a friend of
Yeah, he
yours.
ended up winning them.
He ended up winning them, and then he canceled the contest, right?
He got sick, and then they rescheduled it for several months later.
So what did I say bad about Barry Manilow? He didn't call me, did he?
I
We might have made fun of his music. You know, I write the
have
songs,
no
I
idea.
write the songs.
I
but-
don't remember what it was.
Or he was the fact that he was 95 years old at the time. But yeah, I mean, you know, if you're calling for warm and fuzzy, I mean, this ain't the place to call. I mean,
Right.
See? Yeah. See?
yeah, see, and so, but you know, we pride ourselves on being rude, but you got to understand, we got a 1-call limit, and when you call 2 and 3 times and start talking about your affair with Libby Custer out at the Bighorn, I mean, come on, it's time to move on. You know. And this ain't a rude comment, but the word whack job never entered my mind. How about you, K-Dog?
No, not at all.
You know, somebody asked me why we don't do more.
We're way past.
Oh,
it.
geez. Sorry.
Do you want to take a break?
I guess we'll have to.
We should.
We're just rattling on. We are back and heading down the home stretch on the 2019 Kenosha Today trolley ride this morning. If you just joined us, this is the January 5th edition of the Kenosha Today Weekly Report. As promised, we are still broadcasting live to over 1.4 million people residing here in the WIP listening area. And the good news, we will be here every Saturday for the rest of the year. And I guess, depends on how you look at it, that is good news. Less to Boomer. Can you imagine that guy calling, having the courage to say how he scammed his wife?
Well, he told her after 10 years it was okay.
Yeah, statute of limitations is over with.
Exactly.
Did you see Kevin here? He's writing this down. He couldn't write fast enough. Being brought to you by our major sponsors, the Boathouse Pub and Eatery and Barter's Financial Planning Services, along with a host of many other very fine local businesses. This morning's cast of characters, the ever-loving Elmo Schneider. From
Good morning.
Galaxy called Spider Dome, the Love Doctor, Spider Ronnie. Along with our engineer, board operator, our own Diaper Danny, Wacky Wayne's here. And, of course, our special guest, Mr. K-Dog, who has apparently beat the rap of work and is now headed for his golden years. You know,
Greetings.
Maybe Holly could make a movie out of you on Golden Beer. Does that sound about right? We'll get Larry the Cable Guy to play you on Golden Beer. We are here each and every Saturday morning from noon until...
From 10 until 2?
From 10 until...
Yeah.
Now, if 10 until... Noon is tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good.
The status of the Secret Word Challenge to win $20 Boathouse gift card from Barter's Financial Planning Services is still yet to be unnamed. Elmo, do you want to give a hint? Close enough.
I'm kind of clueless, but I could.
Scott's
You can come back.
Say
when
something that would be way too obvious.
Yeah, don't do
I
that.
So I'm not going to give.
Okay, 262-694-1050. And now, boys and girls, it's time for this week's special editorial segment, High Five Zingers and Doofuses. Got to play the harp. We got.
What's the sounder? What's the thing?
What's the headliner, Elmo? What's the headliner?
The headliner.
That's the hot dog turns.
No, what a, oh boy, I can't.
Well, something. Well,
all right.
Anyway,
as the
it says the chicken turns.
The chicken turns.
There was
There we go.
the guy riding a giant chicken on the. Facebook.
See, I'm not the only guy that has a moment of mental lapse. This week's high five goes to Mr. Greg Vigansky for being named Kenosha's Person of the Year by the Kenosha News. Greg's involvement in numerous nonprofit organizations are too many to list. And however, we salute his dedication and loyalty to all the various activities and accomplishments to both business and in giving back to his community, and thus making Kenosha a better place to live. To Greg Vigansky, we salute you and say a great big thank you. Elmo, you got a zinger?
No, I don't. My zinger this week goes to Uncle Scotty Barter for continually cutting off Irish Ruth on the show and being the rudest man in the world. So
Agreed.
Ring the bell.
Elmo's the greatest kidder we got in here, you know. I'd love his jocularity and his satire.
Jocularity. Yeah.
Jocularity.
I love his jock.
Don't talk about his jock.
Yeah.
This week's doofus goes to those idiots who put the organizers of the polar bear plunge at risk by diving in anyway after they had called off the event because of the very dangerous conditions. Now, to those who did the unthinkable, and I use the term loosely, we say poppycock. There is a term you can use when you get home. After all the drownings in 2018, the installation of new kiosks and throw rings, yet it's very apparent that you just can't legislate stupidity. As I sit here today, I predict that there's going to be more drownings in 2019, unfortunately, and my suggestion has always been to post a sign that says, "You swim here, you will die here." Memo to Elmo, cancel my order for water wings, goggles, and flippers. And there you have it, folks, as the chicken turns for this Saturday, January 5th, 2019. I'm Uncle Scotty, and I approve this message. Oh, we have a caller, Wacky Wing.
No, we don't.
False alarm.
It's either I was going to get chastised again because I probably have to cut this one off again.
Right. Very much so.
I've already been zinged once.
Yep.
And
the year just started.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
5 days in.
See, we don't, we make fun of ourselves and
equal opportunity
equal opportunity
offenders. That's us.
We got the city council president, little Anthony Kennedy.
Yeah.
Do we make fun of his
Little
weight?
Tony called it.
Yeah, he goes by, tries to disguise his name.
Forgot about it, huh?
Yeah. And we make fun of his weight. Maybe on occasion we mention it, and we sent him for
on
Christmas.
occasion we mention it.
Well, we mentioned my Jenny
like
Craig.
every time we talk about him.
Well,
sorry. Let me rephrase that. Every time you talk about him.
You take a beating on the mayoral thing, so.
Yeah.
As well you should.
Two-time loser that I am.
That's right.
Now we have another call.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing that up, Spider. Appreciate that. Good morning on Kenosha today.
Hello. I usually don't call twice, but...
Because you know better.
Yeah. I just want to say I'm so glad that Ganga is getting better. I know he was hurt bad. I'm so thankful he's getting better. Ganga, keep up the good work. And you guys, you got a wonderful show. Don't change a thing. Some people just have no sense of humor.
Good. We'll see you next week.
That's what you try to do. You make us laugh. And for some people, forget it. But just keep up the good work. And I love your show and to all my friends. So don't change a thing. And when I can't sleep, I'm going to watch your show 1 o'clock on Friday morning.
That is the ultimate compliment.
There you go. Thank you, Shirley.
Go ahead, Shirley. I got to go.
Have a good one.
Yeah. I was thinking we'd put that on at 1 in the morning for the guys getting home with the bars. Yep. And, it might be better to watch this show when you've had too much
well, there's odds on that,
consummation.
Yeah.
But
sure, it's better to do the show when you've had it.
I'm sure.
Might happen on occasion.
I'm sure that's exactly what you want, Scotty. A bunch of lonely, drunken men watching you on TV. 1 o'clock in the morning.
Look at his new shirt.
Oh, look at him all patriotic.
You guys are being very rude. And I've had it.
Love me or hate me, don't ignore me. That's
to die for.
To die for. No.
Oh, I thought we had 2 callers there.
No, we have nothing.
I like it.
I better read this boathouse thing before. No, did I read this, Elmo? Did we talk about Pete's yet?
Last hour.
Last
hour.
Okay.
You still haven't done.
Oh, you got one. So I got that going for me.
Almost like somebody wrote it with you in mind.
So anyway, stop by the Union Park Tavern, and you can pick up the scoop down there and find out what your horoscope is for 2019.
I was asked this question a couple of weeks ago, what kind of format we have here. And, as long as this gal called in.
Format or floor mat?
Format. Yes. And so, when we started back in 96, when it was just a TV show, we actually were doing 90% information with nonprofits, and threw in a little. But as the years transpired, we made it to about 50. And then 5 years ago when we got here, if we tried to make it something different.
Well, it was politics. It was more politics.
Yeah. Well, we could use politics, but
a little humor.
Politics. There's not enough local politics to substantiate 2 hours, and beside that,
well, not always. Sometimes we get a lot more
the
stuff.
The city of Kenosha represents a very small segment of our listening area.
Right.
So who cares about a mayor or
the mayor in Kenosha if you live?
Somebody lost twice. Who cares?
Right. If you're down in Illinois.
Yeah.
Ice rink.
So we are what we are, and we go from there. Good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
Good morning.
Hey, this is Bubbling Bubba.
I wanted to call to let all your listeners know that I am done reading the newspaper at the Kenosha Hospital cafeteria. See,
we got a nickname for you. We're calling Bouncing Bubba.
I've got a wheelbarrow set up for the salad bar as soon as I'm done with this phone call, see.
Okay, Bouncing Bubba. Hey, Bubba, I got to compose myself.
You know, Kenosha has a Bouncing Betsy.
Yeah,
Milwaukee got a streetcar line.
You're Bubba Bouncing Bubba.
I want to talk some more about that on Monday night at the city council meeting. I know the president,
Little Anthony,
Tony Kennedy. See,
hey,
I know where he lives in Kenosha.
Hey, Bubba, I got a question to ask you. You were.
We've got a special month coming up in May. We've got on May the 6th. We're going to celebrate Orson Welles' birthday, and then I want to talk some more about Orson Welles and how important he is to Kenosha. See, and then we're going to follow that up. Oh boy. The 31st. It's a big month of May.
Okay.
I know it's only January, but I want to think about spring. See.
Okay.
I like to talk about the past, but I also want to mention that we're going to have a special on the 31st of May, and that's the birthday of Don Amici. See. Yeah, the buttered corn.
My friend K-Dog's retired now.
Somebody's gonna. Hold on a second. You can have the newspaper. Yes. They have a free newspaper at the Kenosha Hospital cafeteria. See?
No kidding. When did that start?
No need to pay for things when they're free. They also have a grand piano. See.
Did you ever have
Why are you so rude to Irish Ruth?
Well, I was. Are you calling me to task? I guess.
Yes.
That's his personality.
I enjoy her musings. She's on other programs besides the two jackasses that are on Saturday mornings. I like to promote a lot of radio programs, except for a certain two jackasses that are on the airwaves on Saturday. See?
Don't mention their names.
Oh no.
So I got to ask you this question. You know, a couple weeks ago, you were driving the trolley apparently, and you were heading east over Sheridan Road. And I guess this
I
gal...
don't refer to it as a trolley. It's called a streetcar. I don't know who you are.
Okay. So...
But you're not familiar with Kenosha. See.
Okay.
If you want a trolley, go to Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. See.
Okay. So anyway,
yeah, it's a make-believe land. Here we're in Kenosha, where we have a streetcar.
Okay, I get it.
For those towns that don't have a streetcar, you don't have a town unless you have one. See.
I get it. Now, I got this question to ask you. All right, so this gal...
Why don't you learn more about the past? See.
My past isn't very pretty.
We've got a couple murder investigations from the 1930s we want to talk about this week.
I was trying to make
a couple of corpses that were found in the back of certain sedans.
Okay.
I used to own a 1942 Plymouth. See.
Did you ever work for Studebaker?
No, I worked for American Motors for 10 years. It was the worst 10 years of my life. And thankfully, I saw broadcasting. See.
Bubba,
I want to talk some more about that too.
Okay, Bubba, we don't want to push this any further. That we're off.
Just remember,
we're to the end of the
celebrating two birthdays this coming May, the 6th and the 31st, for Orson Welles and Don Amici.
Okay, well, I've lost my train of thought that I asked you about this trolley driving question, so we'll let it go. That was Bouncing Bubba.
Oh, God.
Boy, you talk about
smoking. You going to make it okay?
The red hot airways. You know what?
Are you going to last the whole year?
Oh, my God.
Jeez, if he calls in more, you're going to die.
Yeah.
We're going to have to replace you with... So, K-Dog, you're available next week after Scotty has a heart attack laughing, right? Okay.
Well, Ron says his earphones weren't working. He says, I'll bring a new pair next week when I come in.
Yeah, I've got some noise canceling, yes.
Boy, that livened up